A new major hack revealed, and the target is our national power grid. Welcome to Risk and Reward. I'm Jo Ling Kent in for Deirdre Bolton. New revelations that Iranian hackers infiltrated a small dam located less than 20 miles outside New York City in 2013. The Wall Street Journal reports says that the cyber spies had access to the control systems of the structure used for flood control. Former Bush 43 Homeland Security Advisor Townsend says the still classified dam intrusion illustrates our growing vulnerability nationally. What could this have done if the hack had succeeded?
Well, look, it would have been devastating, right? Whenever any group is able to take control of an industrial control system, right, it is basically the brains of any industrial complex.
Right.
And so you could open up the water system, you could turn off the lights, you could interrupt banking. There's any series of things if you took control of that industrial system. The consequences would be very serious.
It's actually surprising that we haven't seen this happen already, given the antiquated nature of the systems that are in place. But, we know that the power grid, the factories, the pipelines, the bridges, and the dams are all targets for digital attacks. But what about the equipment that's currently in place? Does it predate the internet? I know there's been a lot of discussion about whether or not we're fully equipped to handle this.
That's right. Most of these systems were put in place before there was any connection for them to the internet, and so they are pretty antiquated systems.
What do they look like? Walk me through what the analog system is.
So, interesting, what it's all intended to do is, if you imagine a command center, it's the ability to sit in a single room and control the flow of oil or the flow of water or electricity, and to reroute it depending on demand. It's interesting, these attacks are up in the last year. There were 245 in the prior year, and in this fiscal year, 295. And so we're seeing an increase in this probing. We shouldn't take too much comfort from the fact that we see an increase in probing but no attacks.
Right.
Typically what a state actor will do is, one, they want to see if they can penetrate, so they probe. Two, they go in and they map the network, and they hold this information, so when they do want to attack, they know precisely how to do it.
And 57,000 industrial control systems, how are we able to protect them?
Very difficult. Look, most of the control systems you're talking about are in the hands of the private sector, right? The government doesn't control them. And quite frankly, while there is a public-private relationship, the government is overwhelmed controlling their own systems. We look at the OPM hack, right? They can't protect their own stuff, and so they really rely on the private sector to protect their systems.
All right. Well